Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Anyways guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded anything, but a bit just tired. Some patience, man. I was tired. Someone called my inbox and he was dreading me. Why? Want like a story time? Anyways, I just joking. Well, little story time on in my inbox. Oh, Amber, how come you don't post? How come you don't upload? I tired. Me tired. Guys, thanks for your support, and I'm always going to be saying that looks like because my channel is growing quite fast, and it's because of you guys. I started with 2 little measly subscribers, and now I'm at like 160, 62, 63. I'll insert a screenshot here. And it's like, I'm really thankful for the support. I love the fact that you know love my story time them. Yeah, I want to go into other things, but it's like I'm still waiting. I want the page to like, how I can say it, get a little more like subscribers, a little more followers, you know, or maybe I'll just do it anyways. You know already, your girl have her blunt, and she ready to tell them stories. And as I told you the last time, I will not be doing 4 stories. I'll be doing 3 stories. I do have a couple to go back to because I noticed that I skipped a couple of them, and I also needed to like make a new link. I shared it already, but I had to make a new link because the old one wasn't working anymore. So if there is anyone that tried to send a story using the old link, just check my Jeanltv Facebook page and my Instagram. I think I posted this on my Instagram, I'm not sure, and you will get the new link. And yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into our first story. Hey sweet, what's up? It have this fella that always messaging my girl telling her some strange things, and she refused to put Mr. down. She acting like she and the man have seen no respect for what we have going on. Give me advice from them sweet lips of yours. Number 1, you cannot be there wanting me to give you advice on how to deal with your girlfriend and her supposed nigga she don't want to put down, and you making a break technically. You're making a break technically. Hey sweet, I let it pass because most men that is how they address men. Hey beautiful, hey sweet. Some, let me just say no because me there or losing it. People. Yeah, but she's talking to another guy, and if by like telling her strange things you mean like he's making break on her and she refused to put him down, then what can I say about that? Maybe she likes him, you never know. Maybe she like him, and you never know. I'm not saying is that she probably cheating and there's a little side chick, and she just probably just having fun and she don't want to put the person down because she's having fun with the person. It could be a number of things, but I like to speak about communication. Or you have a conversation, and anyways, my brother, why you even have a problem with her talking to another guy, and look at how you even talking to me? Oh sweet lips of yours, why should you worry about my sweet lips and you trying to get info about how to deal with a situation in a relationship that you are currently in? It's like, come on man, you're making no sense. It's like you're asking for advice, but you're low-key being a sleazeball because you're, oh, I want advice from your sweet lips of yours. Like, come on nigga, have a little respect for what you have with the girl, because you cannot expect for her, although some people wouldn't take that anyway, but me, if I find out my man tell that to somebody, I choking him. I will choke him out, knock him out, K him out. Knock him out. Yeah, because like That's disrespectful, and you should let her know how you feel about that. That's disrespectful, and sometimes men don't want to just open them up and say, hey, you're doing that and I don't like it. They don't like to admit when they're jealous. Or you still show you're jealous, you know, because you just act crazy, you know, your ass act real fucking crazy. But just talk to her. It's like talk to her, and if you find she don't get in the point, then move on. If you find that causing enough of a problem for you where it is so uncomfortable and blah blah blah, then you all need to just leave each other alone. I always tell people to separate instead of staying in a situation that they don't agree with, because like, come on, it sounds as if she already seeing something else and wanting something else, and yourself it looking like you're seeing something else and potentially would want something else. So why you don't just move on for life? That might turn into something that is some kind of a cheating bad guy, and you don't want that kind of a stressed young man. So I suggest you move on. You're probably a good looking young fella, so if you see she checking her scene, check your scene too. But don't just go and do your business, you know, or you doesn't remember to break up with the person before you do your business, or you rather go and cheat. Leave the person child alone, and if all you don't want to separate from each other, then stop doing shit with each other. It's like, come on, audience. One sentence, man. Moving on to our second story. Good night. My home is in a mess because of one teenager. My daughter has been acting up for months now, and I can't seem to get her under control. Punishment not working at all, and she making things hard for me. I had it up to here with her crap. She gets angry at everything for no reason and gets herself into a lot of trouble. Help. Well, that is something I can give you advice on, and I was like that as a teen. My mom, I actually heard my mom give that same speech to someone else when she felt like nothing she did was getting through to me. And it wasn't because like I wanted to ruin her life or anything, but I was going through something, and that is what that is what is happening with your daughter. Something is wrong, and you need to pay attention to her. Don't punish her. I'm not saying you leave her do what she wants and do punish her, you know, but sometimes parents often chastise their children about their sudden change in behavior, especially when they become teens, when they enter high school, and they forget to just consider that, okay, then these are human beings. They are now transitioning from one phase of their life into another. They are going into unfamiliar ground. So sometimes they cannot handle it, and they are not educated enough, they are not experienced enough to know that, okay, then I shouldn't do this, I should do that. They will react off emotion. They don't know how to control it. And again, hormones. Teens are walking hormonal time bombs, and that getting angry for nothing. She's not getting angry for nothing. It might seem like that to you because you are only receiving like this wall-like response. You're not seeing beyond that. You have to speak, and we need to communicate with our children. That is something that is very important. Communicate with your children. Not only communicate with your children, but create a safe environment for your teens to be able to come to you and say, look, this is bothering me and I don't know how to deal with it. Because most of the time when your teens start to get out of control, they are going through something. Sometimes it's trauma from their past that you don't even know about. When I went to high school, let me give a rough example. This is just an example. This is just to draw a reference. If I was in a class of 30 girls, me included, at least half of those 30 girls have experienced some form of trauma in their past, and a lot of them used to lash out, me included. And a lot of the things that happen around them influence their behavior. A lot of children that grow up in loud and violent homes tend to be like that. And I didn't grow up in a very calm, collected home. I grew up in a home where there was a lot of fighting and a lot of anger, so I was quick to get angry. I was quick to react when people said certain things, people did certain things. I never thought of the consequences or what would happen to me after doing certain things. And sometimes I'd be very wicked and intentional with my actions, thinking that, okay, then you bullying me, so I have a right to do this to you, and all those kinds of things. So talk to your daughter. And not only that, sometimes your children live in primary school, well, good, and people that feed venom into their children, sending these angry, hateful children to school together with your innocent, loving child, and they torment the child into anger. It's like, just like you as an adult realizing that every phase in your life you're going to face something different, you might have to adapt, something is going to change. It's the same for your children. It's the same for teens. Teenagers go through shit. That's probably the most toxic part of their life, because a lot of shit happens around those times. They are coming into adulthood, they are maturing, and a lot of the times they have no one to listen to them. Sometimes I already see a bunch of teenagers just sit down talking, and they had the time of their life, and they weren't talking about anything frivol. They were just talking about situations at home, and majority of them wished that they could speak to their parents about some of these things. So maybe you need to pay attention to her. Instead of punishing her, talk to her. Yeah, you punish her and let her know I'm chastising you because you did something wrong, but let her know, hey, whatever you are going through, you do not need to put yourself in the line of trouble to heal over it. You need to, number one, gather yourself together and man up, woman up, and be there for your daughter. Because when you see children start to lash out and act out, that is a cry for help. No matter what people may tell you. And again, Dominica is a place that pays no attention to the mental health of teens. That is why a lot of them are strung out on drugs. A lot of them are just making a mess of their lives because they have no one to hear them, they have no one to counsel them, they have no one to advise them. A lot of them make life-changing decisions in those ages because they have no guidance. Instead of being spoken to, they are being punished for being human, for not knowing better. You understand me? We don't teach our children, and right now you have the opportunity to put your daughter on the right path, because a lot of people, oh, you that choose your way. No, you didn't help them to choose the right way, because even as teens, a lot of Dominicans watch teenagers as grown people, and they are not grown. They are children that still need direction. And I hope you are not that same type of mother, because I hear in what you're saying, but right now you have to do work. You cannot expect a child to do the work you are supposed to be doing as a mother. And this is a message to all Dominican parents, and I hope all you get it. As a young girl that grew up in a traumatic home, parents that could not agree, and divorced literally the same year I started high school, and was fighting almost my whole way through high school. It is not okay to keep your children locked up emotionally. When they come to you and say, I'm depressed. Oh, what you know about depression? You know nothing about depression? Oh, I should. Children get stressed. And there are physical signs when the children get stressed. Anytime you see you have a child that will bang their head on something if they don't get their way, they would any type of just abnormal behavior should let you know that something is wrong. And you all need to pay more attention to your teens, especially your young girls, especially your young boys. Young boys are the last to be paid attention to when it comes to their mental health, because from the time they hit teenagers, you all expect them to be men. Not teaching them how to be men, but expecting them to be men. Some of them make life-altering decisions. Some of them waste their life away. Some of them take away their own life. Not literal, but I mean make decisions that can land them in prison. You understand me? And they have no life after that. We need to pay attention to the youth. We as adults, we as parents need to buck the fuck up. Period. Dominican parents, we need to buck the fuck up. And instead of looking at this trend and say, oh, you do the, look at what we as adults are doing and mimicking for them children, and ask ourselves if we are setting a good example for these children. We do not talk to our young boys. We do not talk to our young girls. We don't speak to them. Instead, we leave them to the wind and then expect them to become doctors and lawyers and therapists and nurses and all these things. And we do not want to put any effort to, not only that, we expect schools to raise our children, and the schools are not even well equipped to deal with the mental health of the teenagers. I went to high school and nobody in high school took me serious when I went to counseling except for my fiance's mom. That is the only teacher that took me serious when I went to counseling. They sleeping on you, ducking. Don't pay attention. And instead of seeing that children need help, they need guidance, because they are coming from these homes where they are not getting the proper the proper education when it comes to their mental. They're not getting no type of attention, much less when it comes to their mental health. Instead, they understand that these children get chastised. Sometimes they get put into situations that will make them grow more hatred, not only towards themselves, but towards others, their peers, their teachers, their parents. When you look, we're creating walking criminals. They can just kill you because why? They vex, they have something they go in through, they want to release their stress. They can beat you, who going into drugs, who going into sex, who going into stealing, who going into all these things. It's like we need to buck up, man. And my lady, let me tell you that, I telling it to you again. You have an opportunity to either create a great individual or let your child life go down the road of hell, and you have a big part to play in it. Do not take this lightly. I am telling you. Do not take this lightly, because not every human being is capable to find out on their own that they need to heal. Me, I go through a lot of stuff, and praise God for the mother I have, because even though she had her times where she was not there because of what she had to go through, the times that she was there, she told me some very important things. At first, I didn't want to listen to them because I thought she used to tell me to be weak, but instead she was trying to tell me how to calm down and face whatever I have to face, talk about my issues, My mother created a safe environment for me to speak to her. And I did. I have a very close relationship with my mother. All three of us, we have a very close relationship with our mother. Sometimes people see us interacting with each other and say that we are weird, but it's not that. It's because we're very close-knit and connected, even if we just fight plenty. Create a safe environment for your child to speak to you and have a conversation with your daughter, and don't want to put yourself in it. Put your feelings on the side, because when you have make a child, that is what you sign the contract with God for, to put that human being before you. You understand me? Put that child's feelings before you. When your children tell you they need them, because what she is doing with her behavior, she is telling you that she needs you. If she open her mouth and say it, you better run to her. You can be at work, you can be at church. Something I learned growing up is when you see your children tell you they need you, you put everything down and you put yourself right there. Make them see that you are there for them. Anyways, I'm done with that. Do what I tell you to do. Ask her how do you feel. Tell me how you feel. And shut up. Don't say nothing. Just let her spew out, and let me tell you, you will find out things you never know. Let her speak. Have a good day. Blessings to you. I'll pray for your daughter, because she needs somebody to be there for her. She needs a helping hand. She needs love. She needs attention. And you pray for her. Teach her to pray, and not only that, teach her about God and prayer. Because let me tell you, God is real. And I can tell it to you for sure. Teach her about God as well, because He is one of the biggest parts of the word peace. When you see you going on that journey there, that journey to peace, you have to have God with you, else you'll never see the end of no type of a hell you're going through. Let her know about God. Teach her. If you are not very versed in that, then you go and learn yourself. And not only that, teach yourself the things you'd want your daughter to learn. Be the type of person you'd want your daughter to be. Model the type of behavior you want your daughter to model, because children do not do as they are told, they do as they see. And I think at this point, we as adults need to learn that, because every generation making the same mistake. We want to do shit with ourselves and then expect for our children to not do the same, forgetting that they came from us, and the first person they see is us before they see other people. Be careful. Anyways, we're going to move on to the next story. I love you. Anyways, moving on to our third and last story. That one before, it pulled on my heartstrings, because when I was a teen, I was a very angry teen. I was very angry, and I used to have a saying, like, I didn't used to smile. And a lot of the times, children used to ask me, Amber, why you doesn't smile? Why you doesn't smile? As if I never see you smile before. I would say, because I don't have a reason to smile. And it's because at that time, I felt like I did not have a reason to smile. And I can honestly tell you, the Amber I was in those times, I'm not the same person right now. I'm completely different. I am more myself now than I have ever been in my life. I am telling you. And it was a very hard journey being a young girl, going through a lot of shit. And all I used to do is just go through things and just move on, stay quiet. And a lot of the times people would never know that I was going through certain things. And it was because a lot of the people around me used to hurt me. A lot of the people I would trust. I had friends I already confided in about things I didn't even tell my mom, and they took it and threw it back. It's like they weaponized my pain against me. I had to go through that phase too, where I was getting older and seeing that I couldn't trust people. It's like it was just a roller coaster, but I am here. I still have a long ways to go, but I am here. I'm just praying for that baby girl, because hearing that, it just made me think of myself, and it just let me know that we have a lot of work to do as people, because I'm the type of person that is all about change, and I do pray and hope I am going to one day be able to bring about some form of change when it comes to our young people, because I care about other people a lot, especially teenagers. I look on the streets and I see young people that is far now, and it does hurt my heart. Sometimes I just wonder if anybody else seeing it and if they feel the type of a way. It does hurt my heart over young people falling or young people dying. Mothers living longer than their sons and their daughters. It's like shit just happening with our young people, and we turning a blind eye to it. We get very inhumane. We do not love each other anymore. We are not people. It's like, come on. And the thing is, our young people, our children are suffering from it the most. And we turn the blind eye. We just turn the blind eye, like as if, well, that is all we get now. Well, it's not in my house, it be, so it's not my problem. Like, really? And you want to know that burning me? A lot of them Christians are very much like that, you know. A lot of Christians are very much like that, you know. A lot of people of faith are like that, you know. Well, if it's not in my corner, it's not my business. When God told us to love our brothers, our sisters, care for each other like how we would care for ourselves, and we would not want for someone to see us in a time of need and can't help us, but because it's not their business, they do helping us. And then when it come in our home, we wondering why. Like, come on, we need to do better as people. Young people, we need to do better as young people. Grown people, we need to do better as grown people. We just need to do better as a people, because just look at that. God sent Corona for us, and not even that changing nothing. It's like, come on, you have to say we really in the end of this. Just now, God just going to come and say, you know what, I fed up with all you, my girl, you do it. No matter what I try, this my girl, you do it. And I'll be right there to say, yes, Lord, yes, Lord. I pray you don't slap out my head back, guy, and I know better. I don't move into this story. I also make jokes with God, you know. Forgive me. Understand me? Don't send neck pain for me, that. Anyways, moving on to our third story. Hi, I need some advice, Amber. I met this guy on New Year's Eve and I really like him, but I just have a feeling something not right about Mr. He's secretive about where he living. We love him now, and he come at my home many times, but I've never seen his home. I have gut feelings, and his strange behavior not helping sometimes. He getting calls and does leave no matter what time it is in the morning or night. I suspect Mr. have a woman hiding. I don't think you need me to give you advice on that. Well, with all that's on in here, I think he has a situation that he is in, and he do let go of it, because I don't understand how you can come at my home like that, and not even once I even go at your home, I don't even know where you're staying, and that is weird. So what I'd suggest you do is my favorite line: talk to him and let him know, hey, I seen you doing them kind of things there. And it's like telling the truth. Say, my brother, you have a woman, because look at how you moving. You're doing this and that and that and that and that. And me and you, we just start something and you acting funny. And I want to know if it's a woman you have, because look at all that you're doing. And let me tell you that, sometimes we as women just be very stupid. And we doesn't remember some of the magic we does here. Do not let this nigga give you some kind of a bogus ass story about why you cannot come at his home. Because at the end of the day, I don't understand, but probably his place untidy. There are some fellas they like that, but clean your place around, young man come. Probably he living with his mother and he don't want you to see. Sometimes he couldn't, it's not that he cheating, maybe. It's probably he embarrassed about his living situation. So he don't want no woman coming at his home. Because you have some man, they already take chance and make woman come at the woman see they're living with their mother or their place untidy or some whatever they're insecure about and the woman clown them. So you never know. But concerning that, any time of the night your phone ringing and you're going and not about that life, remember where the fuck you going, you working? It can't be work because you're supposed to be able to tell me it's work. Something not right. You need to talk to Mr. Get down to the bottom of that, and when your gut tell you something, listen to it. That's God talking to you. If your gut is telling you that he's cheating, he has something else going on, then you just, or you're not in a wrong-term relationship, or you know, go through all the mix and nooks and whatever. So you can leave that bitch and don't have no feelings. If you don't catch no feelings. Yeah, it's like, and that's very strange though. All the women else go through them things there. I wouldn't even look for nobody to give me advice now, because let me tell you that I would be in that phone. And if I can't get in the phone, best believe you will get in the phone, because you'll have to do it in front of me. And I'm the type of person, I don't have to see a man do something like weird for me to realize he's fucking around. So it's like before I didn't used to pay attention, but now as I go through certain things and I learn certain things, I just pay attention. It's like something not right. That getting up and going, no matter what time, when a person call you, what when you're a woman pregnant for you somewhere and she tell you go and buy football. Like, come on. Yeah, he probably have a girlfriend somewhere. You never know, but don't really make that bother you, or you're not together for that long. And I pray you don't catch feelings, because then it's gonna hurt, or you're going to be a dumb bitch and stay. But fuck myself. Fuck myself. Well, fuck myself. Fuck myself. I will want to throw the one I have. I was going to throw him, but then after when I go to throw him, I was checking I can't get well, so I just keep him. And then I don't want to throw him again. So I just end up throwing him, But then he just come back. And then I just take him back. Whatever, don't judge me. All of us just do it too. For course, I don't want to make a community video about something that happened from like a couple days ago. I can't really remember. So my big sister is sending me a screenshot of a picture somebody take of like the back of my head on a bus. So it's like you're seeing in it like the person saying, look, somebody they're making fun of Amber. I'm not laughing. I'm trying to be serious about it, but it's like a lot of people was flooding my DMs like about me being angry and why not angry about it, and thanks to the people that was being positive and stuff, but I didn't really need no type of sympathy. I get that a lot, like, already, it's not first time I wear my hair like that. I get that a lot. Sometimes I'm walking on the streets and people scream it at me. Well, as long as they don't get in my face, I have nothing to say, and nobody does get in my face, because some of them think I'm some murderer or something because my face does be hard. It's not my face does be hard, it's not. So it's my head hurting. You want to know what it is to have a headache and you're smiling, so you're looking. And leave me. That's just how I am, check me. And it's like, people, I'm not going to get angry about something so trivial. I'm not like a child. I'm not a teen or well, I wouldn't say teens, because I know teens that can handle talk better than adults, right? But I'm not insecure. I have no problem with how I look, and I don't and I've gotten that all my life. I've always gotten hate about some look. Even if I altered my look or not, I've always gotten hate, and everybody will always get hate. Nobody will ever like you always. everybody is not going to like you. Everybody is not. And again, I live in Dominica. Dominica is a place that lack a lot of education, a lot of experience, a lot of certain. It's like Dominicans don't see things like these everywhere they go. So obviously they're not going to be like, you know, so accepting of it. There are going to be people that will make fun of it, and I understand that, but I'm not going to get angry. I'm not going to get angry because as long as I love my hair, I am happy, because like that's what everybody strives for, to be happy. And it's not my fault that somebody cannot see something like that is unusual and not make fun of it. You would expect for a fool to make some, or like make fun of something they have no education about. You would expect for like those things to happen. Being in Dominica, I expect those things to happen. You bring in something foreign to a person and they start to laugh and you get offended. I don't feel like it's right to get offended when you already know that, okay, then this is something unusual. People are going to have certain reactions to it. Because I've never had somebody like come and like physically attack me, or you know, most people will mop head and yeah, mop head or whatever, and I have no problem with it. I have no problem with it because I like it. I love my hair. It's how I express myself. I wear my personality on my head. That is how I see it, and it's not my fault if somebody can't accept that. And I can't put blame on anybody really, you know. But thanks for the support, y'all. Keep on supporting Mop Head. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe. Like, share, comment. Tell your mother, tell your father, tell your nene, tell your child, tell everybody at data go on my channel. Yes, big ups to Uno. Thanks for the love and support, and keep it coming. Titty shake.
Such an obsession.